What's going on, y'all? This is Chris Saunders, aka CS Productions 29, and we are diving into a story of BlackPink, the revolution. This is part 2. If you have not seen part 1, it'll be linked in the description down below. Go ahead and check that out first. We're breaking it up into 2 parts just so that the videos aren't too incredibly long for us to consume and watch together. So this has been awesome. You all absolutely crushed my challenge on Ddu du Ddu by BlackPink. At the time of recording this, there were over 3.1 thousand views. I had to challenge you all to get to 2,000 and then 150 likes. And as of recording this video, there were 353 likes, which is just absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen that video as well, make sure it's linked in the description down below. So here we paused right after they were talking about how many languages this group could speak, and just kind of the marketing and brand strategy, but behind the girl group, choosing people that could speak multiple languages, English, Japan, and Mandarin. That way they could strategically market themselves to the largest and most influential markets in the world. So that's where we paused, and I went back a few seconds just so that there's an overlap between part 1 and now part 2. So let's continue this and finish it out. This is awesome.
This next big marketing move will be referred to as the "as if it's your last" strategy. When BlackPink debuted in 2016, they had 2 singles, then just 3 short months later they came back with the singles Playing With Fire and Stay. And fans were excited because it seemed like the group was consistently coming out with new music. Then 7 months later, in June of 2017, As If It's Your Last hit the deck like pam pam pam. It was an exciting single with bright aesthetics and a hot beat, but that's all it was, a single. No album, no B-sides. The name As If It's Your Last was truly a fitting name for BlackPink because it felt like, well, it was their last single. And for the next year, the airwaves were silent. The fans were furious, annoyed, dejected, but most importantly, they were hungry.
A lot of you guys are asking for our comeback. It's hard to ignore because it hurts my feelings. Just to read them and just ignore. I'm not ignoring, guys, it's just that we are not too sure, so I'm sorry. Don't give up, guys. Let's not give up, both of us.
The fans thirsted for any piece of BlackPink content they could find their hands on. Rumors, mashups, fan art, YouTube theories, the reality TV show BlackPink House. Finally, in June 2018, the famine was over. BlackPink had 4 new songs, effectively almost doubling BlackPink's entire discography from 5 to 9 songs. And immediately, BlackPink knocked that and got another banger. As mentioned earlier, Ddu du Ddu became the most viewed video in 24 hours in YouTube history, and eventually became the most viewed K-pop group video of all time with 1.2 billion views. So it seemed like YG's strategy had worked. Here I have outlined a 100% foolproof YG plan. Step 1, starve the fans for a year. Step 2, tease them a little, give them a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Step 3, release. Drop the single that's too hot to handle. And the last step is dominate the charts, kill them, and stack up my millions. Now, this is a risky strategy, but in economics this is called the scarcity principle. If there is very little of a product, in other words, if a product or service is scarce, more people will deem it to be of high quality, driving up demand. How many times have you seen advertisements that say limited time offer or while supplies last? Scarcity creates demand. People want what they can't have. K-pop fans hate it, but it really is a genius move. Other K-pop groups wouldn't be able to pull it off. K-pop groups depend on constant promotions and comebacks to create brand awareness. But BlackPink's brand awareness stats are already maxed out at level 99. There isn't a...
What you know about RuneScape, huh? I recognize that.
But BlackPink's brand awareness stats are already maxed out at level 99. There isn't a K-pop fan alive who doesn't know who BlackPink is, so they're able to use this method to build demand. Additionally, YG built BlackPink with the intention of expanding globally, specifically westward. I know for K-pop fans, a year break is a long time, but for Western standards, a year would actually be considered a very fast comeback. Ed Sheeran usually has a 2 to 3 year break in between his albums. Pharrell hasn't released an album since 2014. Queen is still active and performing and going on tours, but they haven't released new music for 24 years.
That's crazy.
So with that perspective in mind, is 1 year really that long?
Awesome screen, awesome camera, long lasting battery life.
Music, choreography, a great marketing team, those are all great things to have. But what really draws people to BlackPink are the heroines of BlackPink themselves. Park Chaeyoung, Lalisa Manoban, Kim Jisoo, and Jennie Kim. Whether it be their charm, their personality, their story, or their amazing talent.
It's like Jisoo's name's Kim Jisoo. Within Asian culture, is that common, or is it kind of like in American culture, you'll have a first, a middle, most, not always, but I'd say most people have like a first, a middle, and a last name. So is Kim technically her first name, Jisoo her middle name, and she just goes by her middle name, or is Kim Jisoo her first name, and Jisoo's kind of like the nickname, if you will? Like my first name's Christopher, but most people call me Chris. So is it kind of like that? Just a little curious. I'm not sure if that's an Asian culture thing or if it is kind of similar to some of American culture when it comes to naming as well. Help me out with that one, please.
There is something about each of them that makes a fan want to follow them, devote their life, or possibly even worship them. Lisa was born in 1997 with the name Pranpriya Manoban in Thailand. Early in her childhood, she met with a fortune teller who said she should change her name to Lalisa, as this name would bring her immense luck. And what does Lalisa actually mean? Translation? The one who is praised. Fast forward a decade later and the name could not be more true. She is the most popular global idol in the world by a huge margin. On Instagram, she has 38 million followers, making her the 90th most followed account in the world. Of the top 100 accounts, she had the most engagement, with 21% of her audience engaging with Lisa. For comparison, the top 5 accounts, the official Instagram account, Cristiano Ronaldo, Ariana Grande, The Rock, and Kylie Jenner, have an engagement of 1.55%. In 2019, she was the most searched and trending idol according to Google. Her star power was such that even her legs alone went viral all over the world, with people like Stephen Colbert, James Corden, Lil Nas, and thousands of others parodying the meme. People love Lisa. People want to be Lisa. People praise Lisa. What is it about Lisa that draws people to her? Look at you, now look at her. Well, first and foremost, she is the pinnacle of dancing prowess in the industry. She was able to beat out thousands of other hopefuls in Thailand at the 2010 YG auditions because she was the best dancer and best performer by miles and miles.
She can be very, very sexy and very, very cute. She has perfect control of her body. She can take a move that would look awkward on anybody and make it look amazing. You watch her and all you want to do is dance.
When she dances, you can see that she has flame in her veins. Her dance is like crack. Every day she's styling, killing everything in her way. She's wild, and not only that,
Attitude,
Lisa
character.
just has such a lovable personality. She's funny, she's cute, she's cheerful. She's just a ball of sunshine and optimism. You can be sure that she'll be kicking down the door to everyone's heart in your area. Rose was born in 1997 in Auckland, New Zealand as Park Chaeyoung. She later moved to Melbourne, Australia when she was 7 and spent most of her life there. Originally,
Wait, time out. I'm gonna go back. I missed where he said she was born. I know he said Australia is where she grew up. Yeah.
Rose was born in 1997 in Auckland, New Zealand as Park Chaeyoung. She later moved to Melbourne, Australia when she was 7 and spent most of her life there. Originally, Rose did not believe that becoming a K-pop idol was in the cards for her, but her father encouraged her to follow her dreams.
Look me in the eyes and tell me that you love me. Everything's alright.
Did you audition for YG in Australia?
Yes, like literally like just an open audition.
Why'd you do it?
Because my dad told me to.
Rose stated, in Australia, I didn't think that there was much of a chance for me to become a singer, especially to become a K-pop star. I was living so far from the country that it never really occurred to me as a possibility. And from day one, Rose was noted for her amazing golden vocals. In the 2012 auditions at Sydney, she beat out 700 other hopefuls, placing first. Because of her unique voice as a 16-year-old, she was placed on a track called Without You, with the biggest name in K-pop at the time, G-Dragon. Since then, of course, she's debuted with BlackPink, captivating not only with her prominent singing, but with her sweet charm, kind heart, and innocent wholesomeness.
All the times that you rain my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name. Find a man like you got me twisted. You must not know about me, you must not know about me. I'm officially missing you.
And then there's Kim Jisoo. All it takes is one glance, and immediately you're hit with her immaculate visuals, and you're not alone. That's what the talent scouts at YG noticed about Jisoo. Recognized as being one of the greatest visuals in K-pop today, she's a model for Kiss Me, Cartier, Burberry, and of course, one of Dior's muses. You wouldn't have guessed it by a first glance, but Jisoo is actually the comic relief of the group. In terms of variety skills and humor, Jisoo is easily the best in the group. She's wacky, funny, and eccentric. In Korea, she's what's referred to as having a 40 personality. She's a complete goofball, which is what most fans love about her. Whether it's just being a complete jokester, prankster, or balancing bottles, what's certain is that she won't be leaving fans bored.
Yahoo! My heart so bounce. Okay?
And lastly, of course, is Jennie Kim. Many people are calling her the queen of K-pop, despite debuting just 4 years ago. Ever since she was revealed as a trainee back in 2012, she has been making waves. It seemed like even as a trainee, Jennie was destined for greatness, making her first MV appearance in 2012 as a 16-year-old in G-Dragon's XX, and then even joining him on stage later for BlackPink. She was easily the most popular female idol in Korea of 2019, topping the brand rankings. She earned first place 6 out of the 12 months. Recently, her solo song, fittingly named Solo, was a monster hit, becoming the most viewed music video by a female artist with 500 million views. Many people who know her personally describe her as being charming and sweet. On screen, she appears to be this fierce, powerful, bulletproof diva, but in real life, she's actually a sweet softie.
이거 다리에 손 나올 것 같아.
아니면 내가 먼저 할게, 내가 먼저.
아니야, 누구야? 어떡해.
And Happy New Year!
제가 다 봤어요.
나 진짜.
어떤 사람이 이렇게 놀랄까 너무
나
놀라.
살면서 내가 본 사람 중에 제일 겁쟁이에요. 나 살.
One glance at her, and you already know why she is who she is. She just exudes charisma and is the poster child of badass, of girl crush, of ferocity. She is the princess of YG, the human Chanel, the it girl of Korea. The person everyone loves to hate. Some look at her with envy, while others look at her with admiration. Some people hate her, many people love her, but everybody knows her. And together, they become the most powerful and the most hyped girl group in K-pop history. The world is theirs for the taking. Everywhere they show up, blows up. Currently, YG is sitting on the biggest gold mine in K-pop history. Their potential is limitless. YG just needs to play his cards right, and currently, he has a royal flush. But he actually needs to play them and let the girls of BlackPink shine. BlackPink recently hit their 4-year anniversary a couple days ago, and to date, they've only had 17 songs. And I know that's frustrating for a lot of Blinks who are just done with waiting. I know you gotta be tired, and when the night gets dark, let them be your fire.
I'm assuming he was quoting lyrics there to a song, but I'm not sure. Help me out with that one.
See you later, boy.
Gotcha. Very nice. One sec. Oh no, I missed it. Okay, I guess he's giving some tribute to, I'm assuming, people who did the backing track to this. Yo, a story of BlackPink, the revolution. That was awesome. It's super helpful, very helpful. I'm gonna have to do some studying for sure. I took some notes, more so on just them individually, and I'll go back. What I'll have to do is I'm gonna rewatch some of the videos that I've reacted to thus far, because really just when they're all the costumes, the makeup and everything, I think it'll take a little bit of time for me to recognize them. Lisa, I got Lisa all day though. Lisa, bangs, boom. Thank you for helping me out there. But on some of the other ones, I'm looking more at the facial structure and features there to kind of recognize Rose, Jennie, and Kim Jisoo. But that was awesome. Just learning more about kind of just like how they became a group, who they kind of not really replaced, but the group 21, the future of 21 becoming BlackPink, and part of it just the involvement from what was it, Pink Punk, I believe mentioned. That was a great job to the person or the team that created this. It was very thorough, and I didn't realize it was this recent that this came out, because I mean, it even had Ice Cream, which is a new release. I think he said August 28th that it came out. So this must have been released a month and a half ago or so, maybe a month ago. So that was awesome. That was a story of BlackPink, the revolution. This is closing out part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, it'll be linked in the description down below. Be sure to check that out, as well as all of the other BlackPink reactions we've done on the channel. Help me out with some of the questions I had, as well as other songs need to check out by them. Only 17 songs, he said, in their discography, in their collection that they've done. What? That's it? After 4 years? They really are. They're starving us Blinks. Can I call myself a Blink now? So that was the story of BlackPink, the revolution. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Help me out with some of my questions. That was awesome. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video in the future. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks and peace.